Get in here! I said get in here!
What he says, Jody.
What are you doing? Why are you here?
Why am I here? I'm here to kill him.
Pietro, you don't want to do that. It's insane.
Get her out of here, Pietro. If that's your name, she has nothing to do with it.
Shut up, you gun back there!
Pietro, please put the gun down.
Do you know who this is? This portrait painter of yours? Do you know he is the son of the man who sold his country to the gangsters?
Look, Pietro, you know I helped you, don't you? Please, you can't do this. For my sake, don't do this.
You're not listening to me.
I am listening. I'm listening. I know who Chad is. But that doesn't mean he's guilty of anything except being born.
Don't listen to him, Jody. He's crazy.
Chad, don't do that. He's hurt. Pietro, you're sick. And you're burning up with fever.
Yes, I know I'm sick, but you don't know the real reason.
Yes, I do. Miles removed that bullet, but there's still a chance for infection. That's why you're acting this way. So please.
Get back,
Please
Jody.
let me help you.
I'll kill you, too, if I have to.
Let her out of here, you idiot, if you want her hurt.
I don't want her calling the police until I've done what I have to.
Why? Why? What did Chad do to you?
Here, read that.
Pietro, what is this?
Just read it!
I can't!
It's a letter from my mother in Eden. She's written me. My father and my two brothers have been arrested. Look at him. Look at the innocent artist. It doesn't seem to surprise him too much, does it? That's because he knows all about it. He always does.
That's not so.
This kind of news is boring for you, isn't it? Look at him. He's heard it 100 times before. It doesn't mean a damn thing anymore.
I don't know your father or your brothers. I don't know a thing about it.
Ignorance is no excuse. What about their deaths? You know about that, don't you, Prince? Arrest in Eden is not followed by trial. Arrest in Eden is followed by murder. My father and my two brothers are dead. And that's why you have to die.
I really appreciate this, guys. I really do.
Forget it. I had nothing better to do anyway. Cliff's the one who gave up his lunch hour.
It's my new diet. I don't eat, I work. Chad Sutherland's the one we really need in this group. He is a professional painter.
Yeah, but you're so good with electricity.
Yeah, I do have a way with wire, don't I?
Yeah, well, Chad will be over here eventually. He wants to learn about the stage and the electrics.
What's there to learn? You just make sure there are no loose wires, plug it in, if it doesn't blow up, you're right. Yeah, theater's easy.
Do you know the difference between a traveler and a baby spot?
Sure, if you take the show on the road, you're a traveler. If you stay in one place, it's a spot. If you stay a short time, it's a baby spot.
What about a tormentor or a teaser?
One's male and one's female.
Where are the fly lines, Cliff? What about a scrim?
Well, that isn't important, is it?
Yeah, it's important if you're a young set designer trying to learn his craft.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is this Little Red Riding Hood?
Hi, gang.
Well, I'm so glad you came over to check out your investment.
What investment?
Well, you're part owner of this company. If we ever make any money, you get a cut.
What if we take a loss?
Sid's already taken her loss.
Yeah, that's right, a couple of them. But that's in the past, and this is now, all right? Everybody, dig in.
Don't ask it.
This is Sid's special sandwich tray.
Oh, Sid.
Now, let me see. I figured you guys be in need of a little nourishment about right now.
Sid, you should know.
Why not? It's on the house. My contribution to the arts. I've got cola and hot coffee and milk and some fresh fruit for dessert. There you go.
This is really too much, Sid. It's really nice of you.
Well, I just want to make sure that you guys make it this time. That's all. You deserve it.
Thanks, Sid. Appreciate that.
This company really isn't what it used to be. We've lost a lot of actors, you know. Jinx Avery, Smiley, Hector, Johnny Gentry.
Johnny Gentry's really lost. Somewhere between Budapest and Biarritz.
Jim, what's that mean?
That means he's lost somewhere in Europe.
Oh.
He's still in Europe. He got lost on the Grand Tour. Buffy came by this morning. Thought maybe he might come back here.
Not very reliable, is he?
Well, I guess I really shouldn't say anything, but I feel kind of sorry for that lady. I mean, she was pretty darn nice to him.
Buffy's real resilient. I wouldn't worry about her.
Resilient? Is that another word for rich?
Buffy has had a lot of Johnny Gentrys in her life. I'm sure she'll find another one. Thanks for the sandwiches, Sid.
You think it's worth anything?
What?
The painting.
I don't know. Frame looks good. Mr. Whitney said he bought it on approval, whatever that means. I guess he can return it if he doesn't want to live with it.
Well, it's hard to get used to her picture not being there.
Yeah, well, that's the last thing he wants to see. Her picture. You should have seen what went on here yesterday when she came by to pick up her things.
Why, what happened?
Oh, this Raven chick. She walks in here like she still owns the place. Mr. Whitney gave her an inventory, told me to go upstairs and bring down all of her things.
And?
And all I brought down was one itty-bitty suitcase. That's all. Just one lousy suitcase.
Wish I had been here.
Yeah? Where were you?
At the employment agency.
You hired a cook?
She's in the kitchen now rearranging things.
Oh, great. Listen, why don't you have her rearrange a little lunch for us, huh? It's hard work, hanging up pictures.
Well, I'm not really too crazy about it.
No, me neither. I was sort of hoping for a very nice nude. Mr. Whitney didn't go for the idea, then.
I see you haven't changed.
Yeah, well, you have. You got even sexier.
I have to go to the kitchen. I'm the housekeeper, remember?
Yeah, you like that, don't you? You like being the boss. You think you're kind of the mistress of the place, don't you?
I like it.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Mr. Whitney's going to be traveling a lot. We're going to be alone here. And then we can really play house together.
What the hell is this?
You know, Spence, you're going to have to stop wearing those sneakers. A man can't ever tell when you're coming.
Just be glad Mr. Whitney didn't walk in just now. I have a feeling neither one of you would be working here tomorrow.
You kidding? He went to a lot of trouble to hire me.
Excuse me. I think I'll go to the kitchen.
Look, why don't you lighten up, Spence? What's all the fuss? A little hanky-panky never hurt anybody.
Now, look, this may not cost you your job, Gunther, but it damn well may get rid of Nora Fulton. I've already told Mr. Whitney that she could be trouble around here.
Nora didn't do anything. It was me that grabbed her. She was just so cute and petite-like this morning, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, maybe you don't.
I know what you mean, Gunther, and that's not why she's here.
Sure, Spence. Anything you say. Listen, I gotta go downtown and pick up Mr. Whitney at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Right now, I think I'll go into the kitchen and have a little lunch.
Hello, Raven. I'm sorry Mr. Whitney isn't here.
The name is Miss Alexander, and I'm not here to see Mr. Whitney. I'm here to see you. After all, I'm the one that got you hired.
That's not quite the way it happened. As I remember, you were against hiring me.
Now, don't get technical on me. You worked for me, and I was good to you.
Raven, Miss Alexander, you're absolutely correct. I have no reason to hate you, but that doesn't mean I approve of what you did.
But I was just being loyal. Isn't that what a wife is supposed to do?
Mine was a question of loyalty, too. I made a promise to Mr. Whitney over a year ago. I had to keep it.
Well, you worked for me. Doesn't that mean you owe me something?
The only reason I worked here was to help Mr. Whitney.
You did help Mr. Whitney. He got everything. So don't you think that you could do just a little something for me?
I don't understand how.
Do you think I'm attractive, Spencer?
Yes, of course I do.
And you know I make a good wife.
I'm not sure I'm the one to judge.
Well, I was loyal. I proved that, didn't I?
In your own way, you certainly did.
Okay. So don't you think I would make the perfect wife for Mr. Whitney?
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. And you care about him, so you know that just a bunch of money doesn't make somebody happy. Your mother had to tell you that.
No, she didn't, but I'll try to remember.
This house needs a woman. It certainly needs a woman looking over it, not a picture with a couple of jerks flailing around a garden.
You constantly amaze me, Miss Alexander.
I belong here. This place is not complete without me.
If you say so.
And besides that, I know him really well. Now, I know that there are differences between the two men, but they're very much alike. That's why they were such good friends, because they're like mirror images of each other.
Like you said, there are always obvious differences between people, Miss Alexander.
Yes, but my husband tried to be like Mr. Whitney. No, he was Schuyler Whitney. And that's why I have an edge over everyone in town. So tell me, is he seeing other women?
Only one that I know of.
That's bad. That's very bad. He should be playing the field.
Miss Alexander, I'm still not sure what it is that you want me to do.
Spencer, you can help me. And I will be just as grateful to you as Mr. Whitney.
How can I help?
You know him better than anybody. You can influence him.
I may have had some influence on Mr. Whitney when he was down and out, but now that he's coming to his own, he's very much his own man.
Spencer, I am crying to you for help.
There's simply nothing I can do.
Yes, there is. You can keep in touch with me and let me know what's happening around here.
You mean spy for you?
Well, I just mean I need someone around here who's on my side.
I'm sorry, Miss Alexander, but that is out of the question completely.
Spencer, you would not be spying. I just want you to tell me where he's going and who he's with and when he goes.
The answer is no.
All right, Spencer. I'll just have to do it all by myself.
Spencer, would you like some lunch?
What?
The new cook just made a marvelous salad. Would you like some?
No, I've got some work to do, Nora.
And repair it. The question is, how do I get a 1,000-pound curtain home?
Well, you're going to have to repair it here, Sid. Is that going to be a problem?
No. I can manage it. Believe it or not, I used to sew my own clothes.
You'll make some man a terrific wife, Sid.
Well, I'm open for suggestions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Good, Cliff. Don't you have to be someplace at court, like at 2 o'clock?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Oh,
I have to be going, too. I got to meet Jody for lunch at your place, Sid.
Oh, well, I guess I better get back to the grind myself.
Okay, we'll walk together.
Okay, fine. See you later. Has Jody's portrait gotten finished yet?
No, not yet. See you later, Jim.
I'll see you later, Jim. I'll fix the light later.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Bye.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Say nothing of a cockeyed optimist. Buffy.
Well, I never heard that line from Shakespeare before, but it was very well done.
Well, you didn't take very much time to take advantage of my invitation.
Well, I had nothing better to do today, darling. I have very little to do most days, to tell you the truth, so I thought I'd drop by and see this Whitney Theater of yours.
Yeah? Well, what do you think?
Well, it is definitely a theater. Actually, I've never seen one completely empty before. It's rather eerie, isn't it?
I find it exciting.
Do you?
Yes.
Why?
Because any moment at all can happen right on this stage. You know what my favorite moment is?
No, what?
The one right before the curtain goes up.
Yes. Yes, that's true. That's a wonderful moment. The expectation of what you might see, it could be almost anything. Or anyone.
You mean Johnny?
No. I don't think I'll ever see my darling boy again. What a fool I was to give him all that money.
How much money was it, Buffy?
$20,000.
Buffy, that's important money. It shouldn't be put on the gaming room tables.
Such as?
We should invest it in this theater.
Mike, as you can see, there have been 3 major departmental investigations into Lucky Mitchell's operations over the past 7 years.
Mitchell was a sly old fox. Knew all the tricks.
Well, he became the victim himself eventually. And the problem now is, though, Eddie Lorimer's got his job.
What these reports don't show is what that job really is. Whether or not there's a connection between the Mitchell Empire and the Republic of Eden.
Well, they were into drugs.
Well, one of the accusations made by Jody's kidnappers was that Eden had become a depot for drug traffic.
Yeah, that's still an accusation. I believe it, but there's just no way to... Excuse me, Chief. Yeah, what was?
Thought you might want to know. They found an abandoned car at the corner of Westchester, Maine.
So?
Well, they think it's the same vehicle that guy Pietro was driving.
That could be a break.
Uh-huh.
How long has it been, Eddie, now?
Well, the engine's still warm, broken down, but warm. He might have left it there just this morning.
Then he's probably still in Monticello. Derek, we've got to get our hands on this guy to find out if this is fact or fantasy.
The APB is still in effect. Get this head over the wire right away.
I've already put it on the air, Chief.
Well, you're on top of things, okay.
Now, I'm really interested in this case. You know, when you're in on something at the start, you kind of want to be there at the finish.
That may be a long time, I'm afraid.
I heard about the task force you're putting together, Chief, you and Mr. Carr. Any more room for another team player?
I'm afraid I'll have to think about that, Mills.
Okay, sure. You do that. I'd sure like to work with Tyler. He's a good cop. Okay, so long. Thanks.
Derek, you said that Loomis is new here, didn't you?
Yeah, he is. Certainly anxious to please. I don't mind that at all. Westchester in Maine, huh? It's right near Jody Travis's hangouts.
Pietro, the lettering is just too blurry, and besides, the ink is in yellow.
Lemon juice. My mother's home recipe for secret ink. Look, she's written between the lines. It's the only way she can get a message out of the country.
I don't know what it says.
It's in code. We were visited by the special police a few days ago. They pulled my father and my brother out of the carpentry shop, and then they pulled my little brother out of school.
Why? What did they do?
Nothing. There were no charges, but that doesn't matter. They'll think of those later on.
Are you really sure of that? How long has it been since you've seen your family?
They're not criminals. My father's only crime was having me as his son. The only mistake my brothers ever made was not renouncing their flesh and blood. And it was all because of you.
Me?
Yes. What Viva and I tried to do. They published the story. My name is now known. It was revealed. It's reprisal, Jody.
What'll happen to them?
Ask him. Ask him about the torture chambers under the palace. Ask him what happens to those hundreds of people who are arrested every year, and you never hear of them again.
I know no such things, I swear it.
Ask your father, then he knows. Ask him why he imprisons his own people and then murders them.
My father knows no such things.
That's because he lets other people bloody their hands. Now, I'll never see my father again, Sutherland. But you will see yours when he joins you in hell. Are you all right, Jody? Now, get away. This doesn't concern you anymore.
No! Please, don't kill Lord God. Don't do this, Pietro. I'll do anything you want. I swear to God, I'll even go with you.
What? What did you say?
I said I'll go with you to Eden. Isn't it? That's how the whole thing started. You wanted me to go to Eden with you? All right, I will.
Jody, no! Why would you want to go anywhere with this madman?
You're just saying that, aren't you? This is just a stall for time?
No, I'm not. I mean it. If you'll let Chad live, I'll go with you.
He deserves to die. His father is the president of our so-called democracy, a murderer and a traitor.
But Chad is only his son. That does not make him a criminal, too.
Jody, I swear it, it's not true about my father. This lunatic's delirious.
I do want to go home. I have to go home, Jody. My mother is alone now. I have to make sure she's all right.
They'll probably just arrest you, too.
Yes, they will, if they can catch me. I'm a wanted criminal there now, Jody. But I can find a way to get back into my own country, and I'll find a way for you, too.
Jody, don't do anything crazy. Why would you want to do this?
Because they think I can help them, Chad. I doubt if I can, but I'm willing to try. Do you hear me, Pietro? I am willing to try, but only if we can leave right now.
I don't think that's possible. Please, understand. I just wanted to kill him because I thought that if I could kill him, it would be a symbol. Then it wouldn't matter about me.
It does matter about you. And we can get away, we will.
I don't have any transportation.
I have a car. Trust me, Pietro. I'll do what I say, I swear it.
Yes. I know you will. I believe you. I trust you. Come on, let's go.